Time for the main event!
Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So we got a weird update for Dead or Alive 6 across every single platform, but we'll get to what it is here in a second. So on the PlayStation version in particular, that's the version I have, the version I'm playing, we just got a patch late in the day, patch 1.23, probably about an hour ago as of the making of this video, and they have a thing on their website of what this update is all about. Let's get to it because there's a lot to go over. Alright, so this update basically tells you how to transfer all your paid DLC, your progress, and everything over to Dead or Alive 6 Last Round. Now there's a process to it and everything, so to make sure you don't lose any of your data or your progress or anything like that over to the new game. Obviously, if you downloaded stuff, it's going to be on the PlayStation Network, so that shouldn't be lost, but save data, all that kind of stuff, I'm a little worried about. So anyway, let's go over this. It says, how to transfer Dead or Alive 6 DLC and saved data. Transferring DLC. Most previously purchased Dead or Alive 6 costumes can be transferred to Dead or Alive 6 Last Round. Notes: for detailed information on which data is transferable, see the Dead or Alive 6 DLC data carryover, which we went over in the last video. Make sure you go check that out. Save data and DLC can only be transferred from the same account. Obviously, transferring DLC requires an active network connection. PlayStation Network, Xbox Network, Steam. DLC purchased for the Dead or Alive 6 Last Round cannot be transferred back to the old game, obviously. I feel like that should be a no-brainer, but they have to state it here just to cover all their bases. And it says right here, and they have nice little pictures here going over on how all this works. It says the PlayStation 4 version of Dead or Alive 6 must be updated to enable the DLC transfer. Install the update for Dead or Alive 6. The correct version is version 1.23, which literally just went live, and it'll look like this on the screen, at least it should, once the official game comes out. It says ensure you are signed in to the PlayStation Network, then start the game application for Dead or Alive 6 and proceed to the main menu to upload your DLC data. While signed into the same account, start the game application for Dead or Alive 6 Last Round. The DLC linked to that account will automatically transfer. So, just so there's no confusion, while signed into the same account, start the game application for Dead or Alive 6 Last Round. The DLC link to that account will automatically transfer. So for the DLC in particular, it's just going to automatically sync up to the new game. For the save data, you have to follow the process that we're about to go over right now. Notes: you do not need to install the PlayStation 4 Dead or Alive 6 DLC. DLC costumes purchased for the PlayStation 4 version of Dead or Alive 6 purchase at or later date can be transferred to the PlayStation 5 Dead or Alive 6 Last Round via the same methods listed above. If you no longer have or are unable to access your physical copy, because it's been over 5 years, of PlayStation 4 Dead or Alive 6, you can download the free-to-play Dead or Alive 6 Core Fighters, the current game, application to upload your DLC data for transfer to the PlayStation 5 Dead or Alive 6 Last Round. So there's a lot more steps on the PlayStation version for some reason than the Xbox version. It says on Xbox, for the Xbox players, Xbox Series XS, using the same account used for Dead or Alive 6, start the game application for Dead or Alive 6 Last Round. The DLC link to that account will then automatically transfer. Note, on Xbox Series XS, you must install the Dead or Alive 6 DLC before you are able to use it in Dead or Alive 6 Last Round. I was running into that issue because I also got this on Xbox because all the other ones are on Xbox. You know, the Dead or Alive Ultimates remakes of 1 and 2, Dead or Alive 3, 4. I kind of wish they'd bring back Extreme Beach Volleyball, but they're too chicken to do that. You know, the one on the original Xbox. I know the newer one's on PlayStation, but bring that over to Xbox too. Anyway, so yeah, you'll have to have it installed on the console for it to show up on the new game for Last Round. Alright, and then Steam. Says, I'm guessing Steam's the same thing. Using the same account used for Dead or Alive 6, start the game application for Dead or Alive 6 Last Round. The DLC linked to that account will then automatically transfer. Transferring save data. This is like your progress and everything you've unlocked. If you don't have to go through that ridiculous chip system, which I'm guessing is returning to unlock all the costumes, or have to redo all those missions, well, this is very important. So let's go over this real quick. It says Dead or Alive 6 save data, including game progression and items, can be transferred to Dead or Alive 6 last round. Note, for detailed information on what data is transferable, see the save data. And I went over that in a video. Check out either my last or the video before that. Alright, so here is the steps. So pay attention. It says step 1. The game will automatically detect transferable saved data. After reaching the title screen, a message will be displayed asking if you want to transfer your data. And this is what it will look like. It'll say save data discovered. Just like when you load up a game for the first time and it says it detects if you want to transfer a save or if you want to start a clean save. You know, just like every game does this. And it goes down here, it says select transfer the save data will then be transferred to Dead or Alive 6 last round. Or you could start a fresh clean save if you just want to start over and re-unlock everything. I don't know why you'd want to do that unless of course you want to have something to do. Because if you have everything unlocked, it might not be much to do. What I'm hoping is since this is a PS5 version of the game, we're getting a separate trophy list. Hopefully it's not sharing the same trophy list, but I guess we'll find out. So there you go. There you have it. Transfer the save data. Save data created successfully, and all your stuff should carry over. And then here's a little more tidbits here. It says notes. Screenshots are of the Steam version. Save data and DLC can only be transferred from the same account. You cannot transfer save data if you have already created save data for the Dead or Alive 6 last round. So that is a very important part of this. If you accidentally create save data for last round on Steam, you cannot get your save. So be very careful and pay attention when you're on the main menu here, because you might lose all of your unlocks and everything. You'll keep your DLC because that's tied to your account, but your game save, if that matters to you, you will lose your save and all your unlocks, in-game unlocks. That would suck, because then you have to unlock all the costumes again. Alright, PlayStation 5. Transferring on the same PlayStation 5 console, Dead or Alive 6 last round will automatically detect Dead or Alive 6 save data stored on the same device. After starting the game application, a message will ask if you want to transfer the save data. Select Transfer the save data, then be transferred to Dead or Alive 6 last round. Transferring from a different PlayStation 5 console, transfer the save data from the previous console to the PlayStation 5 console via the cloud storage connected to your PlayStation Plus account. After transferring the data to the PlayStation 5 console, start the game application for Dead or Alive 6 last round. So a lot of it's just basically follow the on-screen prompts. Make sure your save data is on your console because it's been so long, and it should automatically detect it. You can transfer it over or start a clean save. Just be very, very careful. Transferring on from the PlayStation 4, transfer the save data from the PlayStation 4 console to the PlayStation 5 console via a USB storage or cloud storage connected to your PlayStation Plus account. I keep forgetting there's still people on old PS4s. It's like, dude, it's been over 5 years. If you haven't upgraded yet, what are you doing? Now they're all way more expensive. Anyway, transferring the data so it has to be on the PS5. It won't detect it, obviously, if it's on your PS4, because last round's not available on PS4, so makes a lot of sense. Now on Xbox, I'm a little curious how they're doing it. Transferring on the same Xbox Series XS console, ensure that you are signed in to the same Xbox account for Dead or Alive 6, then start the game application for Dead or Alive 6 last round. A message will ask you if you want to transfer the saved data. Okay? Select Transfer the saved data, then will be transferred to Dead or Alive 6 last round. Transferring from a different console, Xbox One, Xbox Series XS, an active connection to Xbox Network is required to transfer data from the Dead or Alive 6 to Dead or Alive 6 last round. Save data will transfer automatically via Xbox Network, so as long as you are signed into the same Xbox account used for Dead or Alive 6. Steam, transferring from the same PC, install Dead or Alive 6 last round on the same PC where the Dead or Alive 6 save data is stored. After starting the game application, a message will ask you if you want to transfer the save data. Select Transfer. The save data then will be transferred to. So it's literally the same steps for every console. Just want to make sure you have the save on the PC you're using, on the console you're using, and it should detect it. Transferring from a different PC via Steam Cloud. On the Dead or Alive 6 PC, open your Steam client settings, then navigate to Cloud. Ensure Enable Steam Cloud is turned on. Start the game application for Dead or Alive 6 and proceed to the main menu. On the new PC, open your Steam client settings. So if you guys play on like a portable PC and you're bouncing back and forth between where you're playing it. Let's say you're playing on your home PC where it's connected to your desktop, or you're playing on a laptop, or you're playing on like a portable console, like a handheld PC thing. Whatever you're playing on, make sure that your game save is on that before you try to play the game if you want your save file. So I feel like this is the only thing that might really get screwed up, because you have to use the save file has to be there in order for it to work. That should be no brainer, but just making sure you guys are aware of that. And so there you have it. That is how you transfer your save data from Dead or Alive 6 to Dead or Alive 6 Last Round. I was a little excited when they posted the update here. I was hoping there'd be a lot of extra stuff or some hidden things, but I was still up, so I figured I'd make a quick video. Anyway, thank you for watching. I'll leave a link in the description down below so you can have this ready if you are buying the new game, or should I say the re-release version of the same game. It's like the Turbo Edition they used to do back in the old days with Street Fighter and all that kind of stuff. So, and nothing carried over from those games. You literally had to buy an entirely new game, and they were $60, $70, not $40. So, take that how you will. Anyway, have a good night, guys. I'll see you guys in the next few days making more videos, and as always, stay frosty. I also got my new camera, so yeah.